Nazee Moinan was raised in Tehran. Her family fled to the United States at the onset of the 1979 revolution that left this regime in power all of these years. She is an adjunct fellow at the Middle East Institute and holds a doctorate in Middle East studies as well. Nazee, very good to have you here.
Thanks for having me back.
What is your gut telling you about what is happening in the home country that you love, that I know you want to see restored to its own greatness? Do you believe this is actually happening, that the regime will fall at this point?
First of all, thank you for having me back, and thank you for continuing your focus on Iran. It's so important to get their messages out. I was born and raised in Tehran. My parents are from Shiraz. That Trey was just talking about, that the protesters are coming out. It's heart-wrenching. The videos are hard to watch, but I'm not at any level surprised of the brutality of this regime. And I keep asking myself, if this regime is readily opening fire on its own citizens and killing women, men, children randomly, just imagine what it could do and has done to others around the world, to people that don't fall in line in supporting the regime, in seeing eye to eye or trying to push back. This is an international threat. The Islamic regime has been a thorn on the side of the American administration since inception for the past 47 years. And I think this is a defining moment where we can actually affect change.
So when you hear about these meetings with the national security team and President Trump, and you hear what he said in that video where he does not like what he's seeing, and he has said before that if they start killing people in the streets, and you heard him talk about the resources at hand, whether it be, cyber or kinetic, we're not sure because he's meeting with his national security officials. What's your reaction to that when you hear the President of the United States talking that way? We haven't really heard that from prior presidents.
I think the President has a special affinity for the Iranian people. He's a businessman from New York City, and his domain has been real estate. And we have successful Iranians here in New York and across the nation that have been in touch with the President, have voiced their opinion. So when he says that the Iranians are special and they're business savvy and they're smart, he means it because he knows them. But aside from that, I think since the window of opportunity is closing, it's important for him to take action or make a decision on what's the next step. It seems like I'm ready, guns loaded and ready to go. That's a red line in foreign policy jargon. If you say that, you have to act. Mm-hmm. But knowing the President and judging by the way he's conducted foreign policy, he's giving himself all kinds of options how to enforce this red line. I actually think that his offer to talk is one such option, because I was here sitting a few days after June 12th or saying that how could the President attack Iran a few days before the ultimatum started. If you remember, he was supposed to wait until Sunday, but on Friday he attacked.
He likes the element of surprise.
He does like the element of surprise.
And I think you're so right that the words that he's saying now around all of this, I think signal that he is considering all options. He will act when he is ready,
yes,
and not before. And he doesn't want to convey exactly what he's going to do. It keeps them, the regime, on edge. They don't really know what
And he's
could come.
not the kind of leader that likes his hands forced. So obviously he's going to do it, and he's going to do it at the time that he thinks is the right time. This is the right time. If you ask any Iran observer, the people that have reached out to me and my colleagues, please help us. We're getting slaughtered. The unofficial death row rate is at 3,000, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's even more than that, because as you said, people are walking around the morgue and looking into body bags, trying to identify their loved ones. And it sends chill down your spine. That's all more so the reason that we should never trust this regime, that we should go all in and we should heed the call of Iranian people for change.
Before I let you go, just quickly, if you can, is Russia going to come to their aid? Is China going to find a way to support the regime?
So this is the magic of this moment. Russia is embroiled in its own war, and they're distracted and they want their resources to fight Ukraine, unfortunately, another war that should have never happened. China has the strategic patience. They have the long view. They want to see where trade options are, whether it's Iran now and maybe not Iran, and then it could be Venezuela when it's free. And if it's not Venezuela, by the way, it's not going to be Venezuela, because that was the reason Mr. President took over the Venezuelan oil, to deprive the enemy from the oil. But, you know, also China is keeping their options open, but their calculus is always on the trade. I want to open the aperture a little bit on this discussion, Martha. This is a war between Islamism and nationalism. This is a war between the people who want power and are ready to do anything to hold on to it, and the people who love Iran. At the moment, it looks like the people who want power, the Islamic regime, has the upper hand. But that's not going to stay that way if the United States tries to or stands resolutely in defense of Iranian people.
Well, we know you're in touch with a lot of people on the ground and have a unique ear to the real situation. So, Nazee, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Nazee Moinan for joining us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.